So welcome to our geometry class, and let's begin with chapter 6, trigonometry, part 1. Okay, so let's begin with chapter 6. Before I start with chapter 6, let me tell you all that chapter 7, mensuration, is omitted for this year. So the entire lesson is not there for this particular year, that is 2020-2021. Okay, and from this chapter 6, trigonometry also, we just have one exercise, that is practice set 6.1. Okay, so we just have to do one practice set, that is 6.1. Now, trigonometry is not new for us. We have studied this in the 9th standard, and we have studied the trigonometric ratios, we have studied the identities and few sums, how to solve related to the ratios and identities. Okay, now in the beginning on page number 124, we are if you see here, there is a revision part. Okay, so this is a revision, just to recall what we have studied in the 9th standard. So this you're going to do on page number 124, and yeah, that's it. On 124 only they have given these boxes here which you have to fill. Okay, now we have studied the different ratios of trigonometry, that is sine, cos, tan. With respect to the right angle triangle, we know that sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse, then cos theta is adjacent side upon hypotenuse side, and tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. With respect to that, we are going to study here again cosec, sec and cot. So cosec is just opposite of sine, that is, it is hypotenuse side upon opposite side. Sec theta is hypotenuse upon adjacent, and cot theta is adjacent upon opposite. Okay, so it is just the opposite of, so we have studied sine theta, cos theta and tan theta. Okay, as I will mention, sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse side with respect to the right angle triangle. So in this case, it's a right angle triangle with angle B as 90 degree and angle C as theta. So in this case, sine theta will be opposite upon hypotenuse. So first you have to locate the hypotenuse. So AC is the hypotenuse in this particular triangle because it is opposite to 90 degree. Okay, so if we consider sine theta in this figure with respect to this figure, then it will be AB upon AC. Okay, opposite upon hypotenuse side. Cos theta will be adjacent side. Now this is theta angle here. Now there are two adjacent sides. AC is also adjacent and BC is also adjacent. Adjacent means next to it. So out of this AC and BC, we will not take AC because it is already the hypotenuse side. So the adjacent side is the BC. So BC upon hypotenuse is AC. And tan theta is opposite side upon adjacent side. So in tan theta, opposite side, that is AB, sorry, and adjacent is BC because AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, so this we have studied. And now cosec. What is cosec? Cosec is just opposite of sine. Okay, so if sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse, cosec theta is hypotenuse upon opposite side. And if cos theta is adjacent side upon hypotenuse side, then sec theta is hypotenuse upon adjacent. Just the numerator goes to the denominator, denominator goes to the numerator. And tan theta is opposite upon adjacent, so cot theta is adjacent upon opposite. So if we are finding cosec theta, sec theta and cot theta, okay, so sine theta and cosec theta is just opposite to each other. So from here only, if you are sure what you have written in the first, sine, cos and tan, from here only we can do directly, that is cosec is AC upon AB. Okay, sec is opposite of cos, so AC upon BC, and tan is cot is opposite of tan, so here this will be BC upon AB. AB upon BC will become just reverse. We can check, since cosec theta we have studied that it is hypotenuse upon opposite. So cosec theta, hypotenuse AC upon opposite AB. Sec theta is hypotenuse upon adjacent. So AC upon BC, and cot theta is adjacent upon opposite, so adjacent is BC upon opposite is AB. Okay, this part has to be clear. We have studied sine, cos, tan, and now cosec, sec, cot. Just understand. You can make your own hints, or here one hint what I can give you is S and C. You can see the opposite of S is C. Okay, so sine, cosec. Opposite of C is S. So cos and sec. Okay, and tan and cot. So you can remember in this way. Okay. So page number 125 is very important. You have to study. They have already given the figure. Okay, I explained you with respect to sine, cos and tan also. Okay, and here they have explained how cosec's here. So this is important. This trigonometric ratios you need to understand properly. Okay, these three things what I have highlighted, that is cosec is equal to 1 upon sine, sec is 1 upon cos, and cot is 1 upon tan. Okay. Now, on page number 126, you will see here, they have given the relation between the trigonometric ratios. Just now we studied this relation, that is 1 upon sine is cosec, 1 upon cos is sec, and 1 upon tan is cot. Okay. And if we shift this sign here, sine theta, so it will become cosec theta into sine theta. So sine theta into cosec theta is 1, cosec theta into sec theta is 1, and tan theta into cot theta is 1. So this 3 and these 3, this relation we should know. Okay, we already know with respect to a right angle triangle what is sine theta, what is cos theta, what is tan theta, then what is cosec theta, what is sec theta, and what is cot theta. Okay, with respect to the relation between them, you should know, which is there on page number 126. So you need to study these six things which are very important. After that, moving to page number 127, where they have given this table, which is not new for you all. This we have studied already in the 9th standard, and this table we have to study again. We should know the values of these trigonometric ratios with respect to 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. Okay, so study this again. There are different ways of remembering. So whichever way you all want, you all can remember with different hints, or some people just remember this by writing as a table. Okay, if you see here sine theta, it starts from 0, half, 1 upon root 2, root 3 upon 2, and 1. And cos theta is the other way. It starts from 90 with 0, half, 1 upon root 2, root 3 upon 2, and 1. So 0 to 1, and from here 0 to 1. So there are different ways of remembering. You all can decide how you are going to remember, but you have to remember these values by heart. Now we are going to study on page number 128 the three identities in trigonometry, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Then 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta, and 1 plus tan square theta equal to sec square theta. So these three identities we need to learn by heart. Again, you all can remember this as CC. So 1 plus, this is very simple. This we have studied also. So sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. This identity is very easy to remember. But sometimes children get confused in these two. So 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. So in this case, you all can remember CC. So C is for cot and C is for cosec. So 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. And then the third one you can remember 1 plus tan square theta equal to sec square theta. So these three identities which are there on page number 128, even these three identities you all have to study well. Now since we are going to do only practice set 6.1, here we are going to require the trigonometric ratios. You should know the relation between those ratios. You all should know the trigonometric ratio with respect to the right angle triangle, and those three identities what we have studied. Okay, only these things we will need in order to solve 6.1. Now the first sum here, if sine theta is equal to 7 upon 25, then find the value of cos theta and tan theta. Okay, so let's see how we are going to solve this sum. Okay, now since given is sine theta is equal to 7 upon 25, Here we can use the identities because we have to find the other trigonometric ratios. Whenever one particular trigonometric ratio is given and we have to find the other trigonometric ratios, we need to check first which identities will be helpful for us. So for this, since sine is given and we have to find cos, we can use the first identity what we have studied is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. In this, what is sine theta is given, we will substitute. So it is 7 upon 25 the whole square because here it is sine square. Okay, cos square remains as it is equal to 1. So in the first step we have written the identity. Second step we have written the substitution. Always mention the identity. Do not go to this second step directly. Do not substitute directly. First we need to write which identity we are using and then we need to substitute. So in that case, first we have written this identity and then we have substituted, and since there is a square we have put a square. Now 7 square and 25 square. 7 square is 49 upon 625. You should know the squares properly, and therefore you will see here 7 square 49, 625. If you want, you can open the bracket here itself, or first you can shift and then you can open the bracket. So here what is done is first shifting is done. 7 upon 25 the whole square is shifted. Since it is positive, when it is shifted it becomes negative. You can see here. Okay, so our second step becomes cos square theta is equal to 1 minus 7 upon 25 the whole square. Now this, if we open the bracket, we get 49 upon 625. So in this case, I told you, if you want, you can already open the brackets here and write 49 upon 625 and then you shift. Still you will get this step. That is 1 minus 49 upon 625. Now we need to equalize the denominators because we cannot do this subtraction. Okay, so for that 625, therefore we need to multiply 625 here also with 1. And therefore we get cos square theta equal to 576 upon 625. Okay, now 576 is a square and 625 is also a square. Okay, and on the left hand side also we have a square. So right hand side and left hand side, both the sides we are having square. So taking square root on both the side, we will remove the square. So taking square root here, square and square root gets cancelled and we get cos theta. Okay, and square root of 576 is 24 and square root of 625 is 25, and therefore we got cos theta equal to 24 upon 25. But we need to mention that taking square root on both the sides. Okay, in this way we have got cos theta, but we also have to find tan theta. Now we know sin theta, we have got what is cos theta. So tan theta is very easy because we know the ratio, that is, we know that the relation between tan, sin and cos is tan theta is equal to sin theta upon cos theta. Okay, and therefore we substitute here. Sin theta we found out here. Okay, there is a okay, so sin theta is given 7 upon 25 and cos theta we have found here 24 upon 25. Okay, and since it is a division, this is a division of one fraction and other fraction. So we have written it in the division form. This division we convert to multiplication. This we have studied in the 6th standard. Okay, so 7 upon 25 divided by 24 upon 25, and when we have to convert this to multiplication, the second ratio becomes the multiplicative inverse. So it becomes 25 upon 24. 25 gets cancelled and tan theta we get as 7 upon 24. At the end, always you can make a box where you have found a solution, but at the end we need to write all the answers together. Okay, so you need to mention here that these are the answers together. Cos theta which we found as 24 upon 25 and tan theta we found as 7 upon 24. Okay, now there is another method of solving this, that is, which is a K method, taking a constant. Okay, so we will just go through that method also. Now this method, this is OR. Okay, if you want you can solve by that method which I just now finished, or you can solve by this method where we have to take a triangle, okay, and a right angle triangle, and we have to take the theta, any one angle. We can take P also, we can take even R, any one. So here we have taken R. So given is sin theta, is equal to 7 upon 25. We need to write what we have considered because this is not given. Triangle is not given. This is what we have taken. Therefore, we need to mention. We consider this triangle PQR where angle Q is 90 degree and angle R is theta. So in this triangle with respect to what is given, sine theta is 7 upon 25 and sine theta we know it is opposite upon hypotenuse. Okay, here PR is the hypotenuse which is opposite to 90. Okay, since sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse, so opposite is PQ and hypotenuse is PR. So sine theta is, with respect to the figure, sine theta is PQ upon PR. PQ upon PR. And given a sine theta is 7 upon 25. So from this 2, we can write PQ upon PR is equal to 7 upon 25. If sine theta is equal to this and sine theta is equal to this, then we can write that PQ upon PR is equal to 7 upon 25, which we have written here. Okay, now this is a ratio. So here directly we cannot take that PQ is 7 and PR is 25. This also you have studied from 6th standard onwards in the lesson ratio and proportion, that we cannot take directly the value in a ratio. So here we need a constant. Okay. Therefore, we consider a multiple, common multiple as k, which is a constant. And therefore, PQ becomes 7k, PR becomes 25k. So, PQ becomes 7k and PR becomes 25k. Now, here it's a right angle triangle. If we know two sides, can we find the third side? Yes, by Pythagoras theorem. So, what we have studied in Pythagoras lesson, we are going to use it here. Okay, application. So, we will mention that it is a triangle which is a 90 degree and therefore by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square. So, PR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. Out of that we know hypotenuse and we know the side PQ. So, that we are substituting. QR we don't know. So, after solving, I think this part is calculation is easy because we have solved many sums on Pythagoras. At the end, we get QR square equal to 576 K square. Everywhere it is a square on left hand side and right hand side. 576 is also a square of 24. So, taking square root on both the sides, we get QR is equal to 24K. Now, QR also we got, that is what? 24K. So, if we know all the three sides of a right angle triangle and if there is an angle theta, we can find the trigonometric ratios. So, all the three sides are mentioned here, okay, in the form of K. Therefore, cos theta, we know it is adjacent upon hypotenuse. So, adjacent side is QR. As I told you, there are two adjacent sides, PR and QR. We don't take PR because it is the hypotenuse. So, we have to take QR upon hypotenuse, that is PR. Same way, tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. Cos theta is adjacent upon, this is the answer. So here, we first mentioned from the figure and then what is QR? 24K. What is PR? 25K. So K constant gets cancelled and we get 24 upon 25. Tan theta is 7k upon 24k, where kk constant gets cancelled and we get 7 upon 24. So these are the ratios. So this is a second method of solving. It's a k method where we need to take the triangle. So I leave completely upon, it's your choice whether you want to solve by this method or whether you want to solve by the earlier method which we use the identity. Okay. Now in 6.1, the first sum just now we solved by two methods. So you all have to solve by any one method, whichever you all find is easier. Second and third sum, both the sums are same. Okay. So even the second and the third sum, if you want, we can solve by the K method by taking a right angle triangle or by using an identity. So here the second sum is for homework. I am doing the third sum. Okay. And I will solve by the identity method. Okay. If you all want, you all can solve by the triangle method which I just now showed. Now the third sum, the question is, if cot theta is 40 upon 9, then find the value of cosec theta and sin theta. So again here the trigonometric ratio cot theta is given and we have to find the other two trigonometric ratios. So whenever usually they give one particular trigonometric ratio, the value, and we have to find the value of the other two or other trigonometric ratios, then you have to use either the identity method or the triangle method, that is the K method. Okay, so here I am using the identity method. Now, which is the identity related to cot theta? We have studied, which is on page number 128 of your textbook. That is 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. Okay, now if we use this identity 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta, then this cot theta, what value is given, the ratio, we can substitute here. Okay, so instead of cot theta, here 40 upon 9 is put, where we have to taking the square of it. Okay, so again, if you want, we can solve, open the bracket here, 40 square and 9 square, or first we can shift, and then here already it is along with this 1 plus 40 upon 9 the whole square. But if it was on the other side, then first if you want, you can shift and then you can solve. So here, since cosec is already on one side and the constant numbers are already on one side, we will open the brackets here only. But if this 40 was here on this side along with cosec, either you can shift first or you can open the bracket and solve, what we have done in the first. So here, opening of the brackets, 40 square is 1600, 9 square is 81. Now equalize the denominators. Since 81 becomes the denominator here common, you have to multiply 81 up also with along with 1. So it becomes 1681 upon 81 equal to cosec square theta. Now 1681 is a square, 81 is also a square, and cosec square theta is also a square. So taking square root on both the sides, we get 41 upon 9. Now maybe you all don't know what is the square of 41, whether it is 1681. So we can use the factorization methods. You can find through factors. Okay, so this is the answer of cosec theta. But we also have to find sine theta. Now we know the relation between cosec theta and sine theta. Cosec theta we have got, but sine theta is just opposite of cosec theta. That is, we have studied, that is sine theta is 1 upon cosec theta. So here we substitute 1 upon 41 upon 9, and when we shift it, it becomes 9 upon 41. Okay, so sine theta. At the end, we have to mention both, that is cosec theta is equal to 41 upon 9 and sine theta is 9 upon 41. Okay. Now, as I told you that you can solve this first, second and third by two methods. One is by using the identity method, and other is by using the right angle triangle and the K method, that. Okay. So in all the first three, in all the three sums, the first three sums of practice at 6.1, you will see here that one trigonometric ratio is given, the value, and we have to find the other trigonometric ratios. So, okay, in this first, second and third, it is the, so you should basically know that which type of sums and which method we have to use. Okay. Now we will go to the fourth sum. Here they have given us that 5 sec theta minus 12 cosec theta is equal to 0, and we have to find the other trigonometric ratios. Now in such type of sums, like you'll see in the fourth and the fifth, they have given us an equation, and then we have to find the other ratios. So in this case, whatever is given, we have to solve and try to get these, try to reach to this particular ratios. Okay. Now you will see here given is 5 sec theta minus 12 cosec theta equal to 0. Now we shift this minus 12 cosec theta to the other side. So it becomes plus 12 cosec theta. Here already only 0 is there. So you can see here 5 sec theta is written here, and this minus 12 cosec theta is shifted. It becomes plus 12 cosec theta. Now what I do is I bring the trigonometric ratios together and I bring the constant together. So cosec theta goes down and this 5 goes down here. So we get the ratio sec theta upon cosec theta equal to 12 upon 5. Now we know what is sec and cosec. Okay, the sec theta is 1 upon cos and cosec theta is 1 upon sine. This division sign is this. It is the, here they have given in the form of a, here they have given in the form of a ratio. It is just written in the form of a division sign. Okay, so now you can see here that sec theta is substituted as 1 upon cos and cosec is written as 1 upon sine, 12 upon 5. Now this division we have to convert to multiplication. When we multiply, this 1 upon sine becomes sine upon 1. Okay, and therefore 1 into sine theta is sine theta upon cos theta. Okay, so you can see here sine theta upon cos theta equal to 12 upon 5. Now sine theta upon cos theta, we know it is tan theta. So tan theta is equal to 12 upon 5. Okay, now we know identity of tan theta, that is 1 plus tan square theta equal to sec square theta. So if we substitute what is tan theta, we can get sec. Okay, so here substitution is done, 12 upon 5 the whole square. We open this bracket here, so 144 upon 25, you can see here, equalize the denominator, so the denominator becomes 25 and we have to multiply 25 even here with 1. So it becomes 169 upon 25. Now on the left hand side also there is a square, on right hand side also there is a square. So taking square root on both the sides, sec theta becomes 13 upon 5. So this is sec theta, what is we have found. The first thing what we have found is sec theta. After that we have to find cos and sine. We know that cos is just opposite of sec. So we know cos theta is 1 upon sec theta or sec theta is 1 upon cos theta. So sec theta we have written 1 upon cos theta. Okay, so sec theta is 13 upon 5 which is equal to 1 upon cos. Okay, and therefore cos theta becomes 5 upon 13. We are just reversing this. So we have to reverse this also. 1 upon cos is 13 upon 5. So cos is 5 upon 13. And last is we have to find sine. So we know that sine theta upon cos theta is 12 upon 5. Correct? This is what we have got in the first statement where we had marked this first statement. Okay, now if sine theta upon cos theta is 12 upon 5, we know what is cos theta. Cos theta is 5 upon 13. So we substitute that here. You can see cos theta we have shifted here and we have substituted 5 upon 13. 5 and 5 gets cancelled. Sine theta we get as 12 upon 13. And then at the end we are going to write all the three trigonometric ratios together. So if you know your identities well, if you know the relation between the trigonometric ratios, you can solve the sums. Okay, only thing you have to use the correct identity. You cannot use any identity anywhere. Only where it is applicable you have to use. So before you get the sum, you begin with the sum, you need to first decide which identity will be taken and then what is the solution what we will get. Okay. Now the fifth sum. If tan theta is 1, then we have to find the value of this particular ratio what is given here, sine theta plus cos theta upon sec theta plus cosec theta. Now if we have to find the value of this, we should know what is theta. Because we know the chart, we know the table, where we know the values of the different trigonometric ratios. So if we know what is theta value, then we can put the values from the chart what we have studied. For that, what is given, tan theta is equal to 1. From this, we need to find what is theta. Okay. So here if you see, if tan theta is 1, then we also know something about tan ratio, the value of a tan ratio which is equal to 1, and that is tan 45 degrees 1. Okay. So if tan theta is 1 which is given, okay, and tan 45 degrees 1 which we know from the chart. So can we say that theta is nothing but 45 degree? Because if both the values are coming 1, then theta should be equal to 45 degree. So let us consider theta as 45 degree and we will solve what is asked. So given is the ratio sine theta plus cos theta upon sec theta plus cosec theta. So we will put 45 in place of wherever there is theta. So it will be sine 45 degree plus cos 45 degree upon sec 45 degree plus cosec 45 degree. Now we need to know the values of all these which we know from the chart, but we will not substitute them directly. First we will mention them here. Always when you are using any identity or using any trigonometric ratio value, you need to give it in the reason, or you need to put a bracket and write what identity you are using, or what relation of trigonometric ratios you are using, or what value of those trigonometric ratios you are using. Okay, as we write reasons in theorems, as we write reasons when we are solving the sums. Okay, so here we need sine 45, which is 1 upon root 2. We need cos 45, which is 1 upon root 2. We need sec 45, which is root 2. And we need cosec 45, which is root 2. We need to study this full chart or the trigonometric values because they are not been given in the sum. Okay, they won't be given in the sum. Now we will substitute all these values here. So 45, 1 upon root 2 and everything. Okay, upon root 2 plus root 2. Now, if you see the numerator, it is 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2. That is nothing but 2 upon root 2. Okay, so 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 is 2 upon root 2. Divided by root 2 plus root 2 is again 2 root 2. Okay, this division we convert to multiplication and this 2 root 2 becomes 1 upon 2 root 2. Where 2 and so we get 1 upon root 2 into root 2. 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon root 2. Root 2 is 2. And therefore we have got the answer as half. Only thing, this part calculation is very important. How do you solve this part? I hope you have understood. Okay. 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2. So here the denominator becomes root 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And root 2 plus 2 root 2 is 2 root 2. And therefore you can see here 2 root 2 divided by 2 root 2. 2 upon root 2 divided by 2 root 2. And this division I have converted to multiplication. Where 2 root 2 becomes 1 upon 2 root 2. And just now I explained how you cancel 2, 2. So left is 1 upon root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. Okay, any two roots, that is root 3 into root 3 is 3. Root 5 into root 5 is 5. Okay. So this is the answer. And at the end, you will mention the final answer like this. Okay. So whenever you solve, the final answer has to be written properly. Thank you students and have a nice day.